Helen Kingford being the lead she goes through a bit of a transition from being sort of a wallflowery kind of character to being a bit of a stronger, more confident character. Which character do you find more relatable? Which side of her?
Probably the first thing you see in Helen, which is the softer side, the professional side of her. And to be honest, like I said when we were sort of rehearsing, I was like, I don't know if I can pull off the other part of her, like the putting on the riot vest, and I thought, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. But I actually love doing that. That was, for me, that was the more enjoyable bit, the more exciting bit, and it was something I hadn't had to do before. So it was really nice that someone could see me playing that character.
Which is a character who's a bit more forceful and a bit strong.
Yeah, and it was really nice to play the two opposing sides of her and letting her character develop that way.
When you were reading the script for Helen, did you embellish her backstory, or did you speak to the director or the writer about it? How did you find that character?
I definitely had a backstory for her. It wasn't necessarily something I had to share with the other actors, but it was something that was really necessary for me to know where she'd come from, how she sort of came to this job, why she wanted to do the job, what's her family. You know, the whole thing with her sister is really important, and I had to really discover that kind of background for myself, just to know why she does things she does.
There's a strong relationship between Helen and Lara Visser. Why do you think that is? Why do you think those two are the two that are sort of bound together?
I think they're both women that have been through quite traumatic events in their life, but they've come out different sides. So Helen sort of channeled it into this career and helping other people. And for Lara, she hasn't had the same path, but she's ended up in prison and then in this asylum. But Helen is really drawn to Lara, I think, because she can't work her out. And that's her job. And she can see there's more than meets the eye when she's trying, especially in the office scene between them, when they're sort of trying to get under each other's skin, I guess. And I do think Lara Visser comes out quite triumphant in that scene, which is frustrating for Helen because she's good at her job and she knows how to do her job, and she just can't get through to this person.
When does a dream become a nightmare?
When the dream becomes unbearable. You force yourself to wake up.
What if you cannot wake up? What if you have the same dream over and over?
Help me help you.
So you mentioned you obviously had an idea of what the film might be before. Was there anything in the script that you can remember from when you read it that's changed to when you saw it?
Changed? I don't think a lot changed. Kind of played out differently to how I imagined it, but I think a lot of that came down to being in that location as well. Like when you're sat with the script, there's only so much you can do with it yourself, but then we were so lucky to be have that location, and it was genuinely scary. I wouldn't go off on my own in that horrible hospital. It was genuinely scary. So I think that helped to bring a lot of atmosphere, and I hope that shows in the film as well.
Do you think the location brings its own character to the film?
I can't really imagine shooting on sort of a makeshift sort of set. I think it really had to be in that location. There's just so much to use there, and it was all there for us. And I think it gave us more ideas as we went along as well. Because I don't know, the crew might have had an idea of what they were going to shoot, and then seeing the location, certain corridor, a certain room, I think it did at times change their mind and say, no, actually that would be a really great place to shoot it.
Patients are only seen by security. You know that.
I know. But it is incredibly important.
You like to research with your characters? Do you find it helps you find the character to do a lot of research?
Yeah, I like to. I'm just interested in people, and I think I don't know, you might see a character on the page and it might not be the first character to jump out and be, oh, that's really exciting, but everybody's got a story to tell, and as long as it's sort of reflected in the writing, everybody's interesting in a way. So as an actor, you've got to bring out all those interesting characteristics and show the audience why these people do what they do. And like for the characters in Psychotic as well, like they're not all good characters, but you have to let the audience into knowing why they do what they do and have sort of some empathy for them, I think.